What is going on? Hey, if you don't want to read today, you can let me read. And excuse me, I found an article that you might like, and there's something called light pollution. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that, but light pollution, it's when there is so much light at night that birds, fireflies, any animal that relies on darkness to navigate, to find their way around, can be affected by it. And there are a lot of animals that are. And so, one American city, Philadelphia, pretty good city. Not sure if you've ever been there, but let's see, if you're into sports, the Flyers are from there, the Eagles are from there, but they're also doing something. I mean, big cities have a lot of lights, so they're doing something to try to uh, prevent these animals from like literally dying because of the light at night, artificial light. And big cities, of course, are a big problem when it comes to these animals. So let me share this article. I'll just put it up all the way here so you can see it better. But this is where the article starts. It's Philadelphia will go dark to protect birds. Just in case you don't know where Philly is, you know, we're right up here. Philadelphia is not that far from us. It might take, I don't know, just a few hours to get there. Maybe six, seven, maybe seven or eight. I would love to know how to go back. Okay, there we go. Go back. So yeah, maybe like 8 hour drive it would take you. Starting April 1st, many of the skyscrapers and other buildings in Philadelphia will be going dark at night. Though the move will cut down on energy use, so that's a good thing, the main goal of the effort is to help protect migrating birds. And look at that. You see a bunch of birds that are migrating. Migrant. What if we click on this? It tells us what it is. Migrations are when animals move to different areas depending on the season. Many birds migrate, for example, living in cooler places in the summer, flying to warmer areas during the winter. So just this past, I'm back. Just this past weekend, I didn't see it, but my wife said she saw a cardinal, and cardinals are red birds, and apparently that's a sign of spring. It's like what olden days they used to say. It's a sign of spring. Is this clear? Is this more clear now? All right, back to the story. Let's go all the way here. Many kinds of birds migrate twice a year, raising a family in one place during the warm summer months before flying to a warmer spot to spend the cold winter months. In the northern half of the world, where we live, many birds fly north in the summer and south in the winter, looking for food and better conditions. We kind of already read this, right? Many skyscrapers and other buildings in Philadelphia will be going dark at night soon to help protect migrating birds. In the northern half of the world, many birds fly north in the summer and south in the winter. These migrations are hard, and many birds die along the way. Some of these deaths are the result of human actions, such as hunting or clearing huge areas of land that used to be used by migrating birds. But one of the biggest threats to migrating birds comes from things humans have built. Experts say that as many as 1 billion birds die every year in the US alone as a result of flying into buildings. Other tall structures, such as power lines and cell towers, also lead to many bird deaths. And I'm not going to read this just because we kind of did, but if you want to take a look at that picture right there. Birds, they look like maybe geese flying by moonlight. Now, people in Philadelphia are working to remove at least one of the ways that migrating birds die, getting confused by the lights and glass of buildings along their migration paths. Buildings are a special challenge for migrating birds. The windows can reflect things like the sky or tree branches, causing birds to fly directly into the glass. Hmm. I've always wondered about that because I have been sitting near glass sometimes in my life, maybe two or three times, and birds will actually fly into the glass. I'm not sure if you've ever been next to a window and the bird has flown into it. I think twice in my life it's happened. And I've always thought like you couldn't see the building and stuff, but if you look at that picture there, it can be a little bit difficult. I mean, because that kind of looks like trees. Maybe they're going in there to land and it's actually glass. So poor birds. Many birds migrate at night. Bright city lights add another layer of difficulty, confusing birds that might normally be guided by the stars. Philadelphia got a. Oops, there's a typo there. Philadelphia got a sad reminder of that last October. Should just be a sad reminder, not an sad reminder, but last October when thousands of migrating birds were killed in one night. Aw. Over 1,000 birds were believed to have died in just one small area downtown. Scientists still aren't sure what made that night so bad, but it may have been connected to the low clouds over the city at the time. Ugh, I don't want to watch. I don't want to look at that picture. Now, the city is beginning a program called Lights Out Philly, twice a year from April 1st to May 31st, and from August 15th to November 15th. The lights of many of the city's buildings will be turned off or dimmed. The program, run by Bird Safe Philly, is asking building owners and people who live in the area to turn off all outside lights that aren't needed between midnight and 6 in the morning. So far, many of the city's best known and tallest buildings will be taking part. These include 1 and 2 Liberty Place. Trying to look for what that is. I have been to Philly. I don't see they're big glass buildings that look a lot alike. I think they're taller than that. They might be in. I can't see them, but I remember when I pulled up on a train in Philadelphia and I noticed those 2 glass buildings, 1 and 2 Liberty Place, the Comcast Towers, and the BNY Mellon Center. The Academy of Natural Sciences, also known as ANS, at Drexel University, helped organize the program with several other partners. Jason Weckstein, who works at ANS, points out that the problem isn't new. He says that ANS has a bird in its collection that was killed in 1896 when lights were first put on Philadelphia's City Hall Tower. Did you know? The first Lights Out program was started in Toronto, Canada in 1993. Since then, dozens of other cities have joined in the effort, including New York, Chicago, Boston, and many others. Back to me. Hopefully that helped you. And if you didn't want to read today, well, there's a little reading for you.